WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. This was the scene around 8:30 this morning in Columbus. A truck and an ambulance were traveling in opposite directions on North 5th Street when they crashed into each other near the Fitness Factor gym. Now, there was only one person in the truck, but it's unclear how many people were in the ambulance. It's unknown at this time if there were any injuries in this accident. We have asked the Columbus Police Department for more information, and we will have those details as soon as they become available. A Starkville teen is behind bars tonight. The 13-year-old was arrested Friday for grand larceny motor vehicle. The vehicle was reportedly stolen from Northside Drive Friday morning. The juvenile is being processed in youth court. If you have any information regarding this incident, please contact the Starkville Police Department or the Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. New Year's Eve is right around the corner, and for many people, that means fireworks, but people usually let them off to bring in the new year with a literal bang, that is. WCBI's Tyler Hull talked to a few people who operate fireworks stands.
Everyone knows about fireworks and the joy they bring to with a light show in the night. But what a lot of people don't know is the story of the people who work these stands. At least twice a year, they light up the night sky. For many families, fireworks are part of the holiday celebration. And even though it may seem the fireworks stands appear overnight, the tents are set up in specific locations and run by specific people. Behind the scenes for holidays like the 4th of July and New Year's are the vendors who sell fireworks. The Ray family has been in this business for years. They work for Orbit Fireworks. They see the time to work with the fireworks as a vacation.
I'm always working. I own a mobile home remodeling company, and that's all we do 7 days a week.
Chris Ray runs the tent in Macon, sitting on the hill. He has been in that same spot for 14 years, and he says that it's just fun.
I love it. If I could do it every day for the rest of my life, I would do it. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people. You know, it's like camping without being in the woods. You know, you get to sit out here, hang out, meet a lot of nice folks, man. Get to talk to everybody. And so it's a lot of fun.
Ray's son, Killian, who operates the tent in West Point, runs through the process of getting everything set up.
We get here, they've already got the tent set up and all the posts dug, and then they bring us that trailer full of all the stuff that we had left over from last season. They just put it in dry storage, and then we start off with that, and then they just bring us more.
Chris Ray has one more message for everybody who will be enjoying fireworks.
Be safe. Shoot fireworks responsibly.
Tyler Hull, WCBI News. Orbit Fireworks in locations throughout Mississippi and Alabama, including 4 in the Golden Triangle.
We have seen a few scattered showers push on through the region today. They are continuing into tonight, seeing a little bit of rain reported at our Winona observation site. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s in most spots, 68 in Tupelo, 66 at the airbase, with south and east winds between 5 and 15 miles an hour. Still a few isolated showers popping up. That will be the story through much of tonight, with those winds staying strong and the temperatures staying a bit mild here. As we head into tomorrow, that is when we have our chance for some strong to severe storms. I'll tell you more about that coming up later on in the show.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Well, 5 people are dead after a plane crashed near a post office in Lafayette, Louisiana on Saturday, according to authorities. Now, New Orleans television station WDSU said one of their sports reporters, Carly McCord, died in the crash. The Lafayette Fire Department identified the other victims as pilot Ian Biggs, 59, Robert Von Crisp II, 59, Gretchen D. Vincent, 51, and Michael Walker Vincent, 15. McCord's husband, Stephen Insminger Jr., the son of the offensive coordinator for the Louisiana State University football team, told the Associated Press she was riding in a private plane from Lafayette to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta with friends to watch LSU play Oklahoma. McCord, who is 30 years old, was the daughter-in-law of LSU offensive coordinator Steve Insminger, according to WDSU. In a statement, the station said they are, quote, devastated by the loss of such an amazing talent and valued member of our WDSU family, end quote. Lafayette Fire Chief Robert Benoit said the aircraft was an 8-passenger plane. CBS affiliate KLFY reports 2 people suffered serious injuries. We're going to have more on sports reporter Carly McCord coming up later in our sports segment. Well, 2020 is just around the corner and may seem like the perfect time for a fresh start at the gym. However, according to research conducted by Strava, the social network for athletes, they've discovered that Saturday, January 12th is the day that New Year's resolutions meet their fate with failure. Our DeAndrea Turner hit the gym today to get some tips on how you can stay consistent with your New Year's resolution. She joins us in the studio with more. DeAndrea.
That's right. One of the most common goals for the new year is to get fit. And today I went to Fitness Factor to see what tricks and tips they are teaching in order to keep steady with your New Year's resolution.
The main focus that you should have on a New Year's resolution is consistency and not perfection.
As one year ends and a new one begins, personal trainer Allison Webster counsels clients and newcomers to the gym on reaching their fitness goal. She says her best advice, take it day by day.
Just be really consistent with your goals and try every day mindfully to include healthy eating and exercise.
While learning consistency, also set small goals.
Micro goals could include things like drinking, say, 6 to 8 glasses of water every day.
And to know that getting in shape is a process.
You don't gain the weight overnight, so you're not going to lose the weight and get fit overnight. So it should absolutely be a habitual lifestyle change.
To keep those New Year's resolutions intact, Webster suggests that you pick an environment or a community to work out with that you enjoy.
Like Chris Carson, who enjoys group fitness.
The pack mentality, I think, really helps people stay motivated. And the great thing about this year is we're not just a bunch of friends, but it's one huge Factor family. And everybody kind of cheers each other on and encourages each other and pushes us to do better.
One woman a part of his pack is Amy Boge, who started her New Year's goal to be fit almost a decade ago.
When I had my first child, he's about to turn 9, and I just made a resolution with myself. I want to make it a lifestyle, not just a year-by-year thing.
She says maintaining her lifestyle is about more than just her.
I think that I need to have a good example and be a good example for my children, and so that they understand what healthy choices are and lifestyle of exercise.
And remember,
consistency over perfection is always going to get you to that big goal first.
And Webster also suggests to write down your goals on a calendar.
Well, coming up, an astronaut breaks the record for the longest time spent in space for a female. Her story after the break. Stay with us.
Watching WCBI News at 6 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
This was the scene back in March in Kazakhstan. A rocket carrying 2 American astronauts and a Russian cosmonaut blasted off for the 6-hour flight to the International Space Station. Today, 289 days later, just one of them remains in space, and this morning she's setting a space milestone. Christina Cook now holds the record for the longest single space flight by a woman, but her space odyssey is about much more than just the duration of her time away from Earth.
Christina Cook was greeted with hugs when she arrived at the International Space Station 8.5 months ago, realizing a dream she'd had since childhood. The 40-year-old engineer was originally supposed to spend 6 months in space, but in April, her stay was extended to last nearly a year. And today, she breaks the record held by retired astronaut Peggy Whitson for the longest single trip in space by a woman.
It's a huge honor. Peggy is a heroine of mine who's also been kind enough to mentor me through the years, and so it's a reminder to give back and to mentor when I get back.
Part of Cook's mission is to study the effects of long-term space travel on the human body.
I also like to think of it as it's not so much how many days you're up here, but what you do with each of those days. So that reminds me to bring my best to every single day. I think it's wonderful for science. It helps us push the boundaries of what we know about what long-duration spaceflight can do to the human body, and that's important for our future exploration deeper into going to Mars and also returning to the moon and going there to stay.
Since her mission began, Cook has completed 4 spacewalks, including one that was history-making in its own right.
Right beneath your feet, so don't move down. Copy.
In October, she and fellow astronaut Jessica Meir conducted the first all-female spacewalk, snapping selfies as they swapped out faulty batteries on the International Space Station, and following it up with a phone call from President Trump.
I just want to congratulate you. What you do is incredible. You're very brave people. I don't think I want to do it. I must tell you that.
Cook discussed that milestone with us yesterday on CBS This Morning.
Why do you think we're seeing these milestones now for women in space?
You know, I think it's a wonderful time for human spaceflight because I think we finally recognize that it's not worth going unless we go together, that it's important to not turn away any innovative idea, that everyone has a role and everyone has a place at the table as we move forward. If we're going to go for all humanity and to support humanity's love for exploration, then we have to do it with all humanity. And I think we're seeing that as our plans unfold for going back to the moon, seeing the first woman walk on the moon in 2024, and just recognizing that we have to go together if we're going to go and we're going to do it right.
While she's not on Earth, Cook has kept her eye on home, sharing photos of our planet with her 145,000 Twitter followers. Most recently, a picture of Mount Everest.
I would say the most awe-inspiring thing that I've ever seen is the northern lights or southern lights, or aurora as we call them, from above on a planetary scale. I've had the opportunity working in Antarctica and the Arctic to see them from below and the beautiful shimmering lights along the sky and taking over the whole sky, but to look down on the Earth and see the entire shape of the auroras, you know, as they form near the poles was truly an amazing sight and just literally took my breath away.
Being away for so long has required sacrifice, including spending holidays away from family while suspended in zero gravity. Still, Cook says she hopes her record doesn't last long.
My number one hope for this milestone is that the record is exceeded again as soon as possible, because that means that we're continuing to push the boundaries.
Well, we are looking quiet and calm overall around here. Right now, there's some showers out there, but a line of storms to our west. This is moving our way, and will bring us the chance for some severe weather into the daytime tomorrow. We'll talk more about that right here after the break.
A First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
We have seen cloud cover through much of the day today. A little sunshine snuck in a few spots. Most of us, though, keeping things a bit gloomy and mild. Still at 65 in Vernon, Alabama at Durham's Pharmacy right now, with south and east winds across the region between 5 and 15 miles an hour. Here's a look at satellite and radar. You can see the cloud cover overhead, even a few light showers passing through the region. We've got some showers here south and east of West Point, up towards Aberdeen, along and east of Highway 45, and then towards Tupelo and New Albany. Other little sprinkles and showers towards Coffeyville and Grenada. Really through the night, this is what we'll see. Just a few scattered showers here and there. I won't rule out a rumble of thunder. Temperatures right now quite mild in the mid-60s in most spots. 66 in Columbus and in Macon, 65 in Houston, Ackerman at 64. We'll drop down only into the low 60s into the region, with scattered showers continuing, and south and east winds between 10 and 25 miles an hour. We'll hold off, I think, for the strong storms until the daytime on Sunday, perhaps as early as 8 a.m. I think the best chance, though, comes late morning into the afternoon hours. Our winds will be a bit breezy, too, from the south and east between 10 as high as 25 miles an hour. They'll switch to the west then as our cold front slides on by. Here's the highs in the region. Some spots warming up into the low 70s, 71 in Columbus and in West Point, 72 in Macon, 71 in Vernon, some upper 60s to the west in Winona at 68, 67 in Coffeyville and in Bruce. With our strong to severe storms coming this way from 7 a.m. tomorrow until 7 p.m., that's my window of opportunity to see a few strong storms into the region. Main threat will be gusty straight line winds here, but we can't rule out some flash flooding, and the tornado threat is low, not zero, but low. We'll monitor that here. There's a few things that aren't quite in line, but still need to be monitored for the potential for a brief tornado somewhere. Now, here's what Futurecast has into tonight. A few scattered showers continuing into the region. Nothing of concern, though. Once we hit 7 a.m., that window of opportunity opens up. I think we'll see a dying line of showers and storms to our north and our west here. That will make it in somewhat into the region. I'm more interested, though, late morning into the afternoon. Watch what happens across the US 45 corridor here. We start to see some strengthening of showers and storms. This is where I think we'll get that severe potential in here late morning into the afternoon and evening, and we'll keep the chance there until that cold front exits the region around 7 p.m. Now, could see anywhere from an inch as high as 2 inches in some spots here. Of course, some spots will see a little bit less. Some spots will see a little more. Good news, if you're looking for some sunshine, we get a couple of days of that into Monday and on Tuesday. Will likely be dry for the daytime on Wednesday. Showers return Wednesday night through Thursday into Friday.
Just a few more days until Mississippi State plays its final game of the season in Nashville. Courtney has more on the Music City Bowl when we come back.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
season long, Mississippi State has been riding the quarterback roller coaster. So how could we expect anything different for the season finale, also known as the Music City Bowl? In case you missed it, the news announced Thursday that freshman quarterback Garrett Schrader is out, while senior QB Tommy Stevens is in. Head coach Jim Moorhead saying the last-minute switch-up is due to an upper body injury that Schrader sustained in practice. Moorhead also saying that the good news is the Bulldogs have been through this situation before.
We're experts at it this year, so we've done it a time or two. We've played the shuffle, but yeah, I mean, Tommy's an experienced guy. You know, when he's been healthy, he's performed very well. So Tommy will be the number one, and he'll go in and operate the offense, and make plays with his arm and his feet. And I know the guys have a ton of confidence in him.
I like to take pride, at least, from every opportunity that I did have to start. I mean, I'm talking like way back, even my redshirt freshman year at Penn State. I always took it as I was a starter, and continue to do the same things here, even when I was a starter, when I haven't been a starter. So there have been no changes as far as how I've prepared.
That postseason matchup between Mississippi State and Louisville will take place this upcoming Monday, December 30th. If you're looking to watch that game, you can catch all of the action over on ESPN. Kickoff will be at 3 p.m. We'll also have live coverage from Nashville starting tomorrow, Sunday night, here on WCBI. A new decade begins in just a few days, and while the year 2020 brings a fresh start, it also welcomes reflection of the past. It's hard to reflect on the past 10 years of collegiate baseball, especially at Mississippi State, without mentioning former outfielder Jake Mangum. D1Baseball.com agrees. Mangum recently tapped D1 Baseball's all-decade squad, and honestly, how could he not be? During his time as a Diamond Dog, Mangum appeared in 4 Super Regionals, back-to-back College World Series, and became the SEC's all-time hits leader with a grand total of 383 hits in his career. The Mississippi native also earning the Ferris Trophy, awarded to the best collegiate player in the state. It's safe to say Mangum has solidified himself in Diamond Dog history before he was drafted by the New York Mets in June of this year in 2019. Ole Miss women's basketball closing out the non-con this afternoon, playing host to Alabama State. Inside the pavilion in Oxford, the Rebels coming away with a big 93-66 victory, improving to 7-6 overall on the season. Ole Miss begins SEC play in the new year, January 2nd against Georgia in Oxford at 6:45 p.m. And if you're looking to catch some more basketball, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Ole Miss men's basketball with a couple non-conference games left. The Rebs hosting Tennessee Tech in Oxford. That tip-off is at 3 p.m. And also tomorrow on Sunday, the MSU women hosting Little Rock at 3 p.m. Also closing out the Bulldogs non-conference. The Bulldog men, on the other hand, well, they get back to action Monday against Kent State. And just in case you can't make it, you can catch all of the action on the SEC Network streaming service. Currently, the first-ranked LSU Tigers and the fourth-ranked Oklahoma Sooners are facing off in the college football playoff semifinal. Ahead of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, LSU offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger and the Tiger community hit with tragic news. One of the 5 killed in a plane crash in Lafayette, Louisiana, was Ensminger's daughter-in-law, sports reporter Carly McCord. McCord was just 30 years old and was traveling to Atlanta for the matchup between the Sooners and the Tigers. LSU head coach Ed Orgeron reportedly delivered the news of the tragedy to his offensive coordinator. Orgeron saying before the game that there was no doubt that despite the news, Ensminger would continue to coach in the college football playoff this afternoon. Right now, LSU leads Oklahoma 56-21 at the end of the third quarter. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back. Stay with us.
Sports coverage of the Music City Bowl is brought to you by OCH Regional Hospital and the Columbus Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Looking for a forever home, she is. The rescue cat in North Carolina is getting a lot of attention for her resemblance to Baby Yoda. The character from the Disney Plus Star Wars series The Mandalorian has been used in a lot of social media memes. Joy was found by a Rowan County Humane Society volunteer on December 15th with a large neck wound. And vets do not believe it was caused by a lightsaber battle. Instead, it was likely the result of an animal attack or an accident. Joy is thought to be 1 or 2 years old, and she's very affectionate, sweet, and loves being in laps. She's being fostered by an animal hospital worker until she's ready for a forever home. And I have to say, guys, I don't know about you, but I am obsessed with Baby Yoda. I don't really watch the show, but I love the memes. I can't get enough of them.
I would adopt her, so she's still looking for a forever home. She can come
I know
on
those
through.
ears. That's like the most.
I know.
It's
she's
the
so
oddest
cute.
cat but adorable.
Yes.
Adorable.
Love it. Hey, we got some sunshine on the way as we get into Monday. However, some strong storms possible on Sunday. Those full details on your WCBI mobile app. Download that. If an alert is issued tomorrow for your area, we'll let you know right away.
Gotcha. So New Year's looking pretty good then.
Yeah, New Year's looking fine. Some rain to end the year. A little more rain to start the year, but in between, we should have fine for New Year's Eve. Even New Year's Day should be dry, but showers by Wednesday night.
Perfect. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I think that was pretty good.